So, you're looking to land one of those amazing high-paying jobs in tech, right? Data science, AI, engineering. Well, it all starts with having the right tools. And today, we're going to zero in on the two languages that are, no joke, the absolute foundation for pretty much any modern tech role. Let's dive in.
So how do you actually do it? How do you land that top tech job in, say, 2025? It's a huge question, right? You want to break in, or maybe you're already in and want to level up. But where do you even start? There are so many programming languages, so many tools. What are the things you absolutely have to know? That's exactly what we're going to unpack right now.
Okay, so here's the game plan for the next few minutes. We're going to start with the why these two languages are so important. Then we'll break down each one, Python and then SQL. After that, we'll show you where the real magic happens when you bring them together. And stick around, because at the end, I'll give you a super clear 6-week path to get started. Sound good?
All right, Section 1, why Python and SQL? I mean, out of the hundreds of languages out there, why are we focusing on just these two? Well, it's simple. They are the undisputed champs in the world of data. One is an absolute master at storing and finding information. And the other, it's a genius at figuring out what that information actually means. And you're going to see pretty much every single tech role today depends on that powerful partnership.
Okay, here's the best way to think about it. Imagine you've got a team. Python is your brilliant, creative analyst. It's the one that can take a mountain of numbers, find the hidden story, automate tasks, and even build AI. And SQL, well, SQL is your hyper-organized, super-fast librarian. This is the one who knows exactly where every single piece of information is in a massive library and can get it for you in a split second. The librarian finds the books, and the analyst reads them and tells you what they mean. Together, they're unstoppable.
And look, if you need proof, just look at this number. 80%, a full 80% of all analytics jobs out there are going to require SQL. This isn't just a nice-to-have skill anymore, it is a flat-out requirement. I mean, you could be the most brilliant data analyst on the planet, but if you can't actually get the data out of the database, you're completely stuck. This is why SQL is so crucial.
And then there's Python. If SQL gets your foot in the door, Python is what gets you the corner office. That 15 to 20% salary bump for developers and AI roles, that's not just a random number. It shows the incredible power Python gives you to build those complex models, to automate the boring stuff, and to work on the really exciting, cutting-edge AI projects. So yeah, SQL gets you the job, Python gets you the big promotion.
Okay, let's switch gears and dive into our first tool, Python. And if you're new to coding, this is the perfect place to start. Seriously, it's famous for being super readable. It almost feels like you're writing in plain English, which makes it way less intimidating.
So at the core of any programming language, you have this idea of variables. The easiest way to think about them is just labeled boxes. Simple as that. You have a box for storing someone's age, another one for their name, maybe another for a list of prices. But what's really cool about Python is you don't even have to tell it what kind of box it is. It's smart enough to figure that out all on its own.
And just look at this code. See how clean that is? Age equals 25. We're just making a variable called age and sticking the number 25 in it. Next line, name equals Alex. Easy. And notice, we didn't have to say, hey Python, this is a number, or this is some text. It just knows. That simplicity is exactly why it's the perfect language to learn first.
But what really turns Python from a good language into a data superstar is its libraries. Think of these as pre-built toolkits that give you instant superpowers. For data science, Pandas is absolutely essential. It lets you wrangle your data into these powerful spreadsheet-like tables called dataframes, which makes cleaning and analyzing stuff a breeze. And then you have something like SQLAlchemy. That's the magic bridge we were talking about. It's what lets our analyst, Python, talk directly to our librarian, SQL.
Okay, so we've met the analyst. Now it's time to meet the librarian. Let's talk about SQL. SQL, or Structured Query Language, is basically the universal language for talking to databases. No matter what kind of database it is, SQL is how you ask for the raw data you need for your analysis.
And honestly, you only really have three main types of conversations with the database. First, there's DDL, or Data Definition Language. This is how you build the structure. Think of it as building the shelves in your library. Then you've got DML, Data Manipulation Language. This is for adding, changing, or taking out the books on those shelves. And finally, the one you'll use most of the time, queries, using the select command to ask for very specific information.
Okay, let's look at a real query and just break it down piece by piece. It's actually like building a sentence. Select title, views. That's us saying, hey, I want to see the title and the number of views. From videos, from the videos table.
where views greater than 500, but only show me the ones with more than 500 views. And finally, order by views DESC, and please sort them from most views to least. See? Each part just adds another layer to our request. It's super logical.
Now, once you've got those basics down, you can start asking some really powerful questions. With aggregations, using things like group by, you could ask, what's the average number of views for all my comedy videos? With joins, you could connect your videos table with, say, a creators table to find out which creator makes the most viral videos. This is how you level up from just pulling data to actually generating real, valuable business insights.
All right, so we've got our Analyst, Python, and we've got our librarian, SQL. They're both powerful on their own, but now for the really cool part, making them work together as a team. This is where you unlock a truly seamless and powerful data workflow.
So here's what that workflow looks like, step by step. Step 1. SQL, our amazing librarian, goes into a massive database and, in seconds, pulls out the exact raw data we need, maybe millions of records. Step 2. That data gets handed off to Python, our analyst. Python then gets to work cleaning it, processing it, and doing all the complex analysis to find those hidden insights. And finally, step 3. Python builds the final output. That could be a beautiful visualization, a detailed report, or even a predictive model. It's a perfect handoff.
And would you believe me if I told you the bridge between those two worlds is often just one line of code? This is it. This is the magic. Using the Pandas library in Python, this one function, read SQL, does everything. It connects to the database, it sends our SQL query, it gets the results, and it automatically puts everything into a perfect, ready-to-use table called a dataframe. The single line connects everything and saves you so much time. It's a total game changer.
So, are you feeling inspired? I hope so. Because now we're going to take all this theory and turn it into a concrete, achievable plan. You don't need to spend years learning this stuff. You just need a focused, 6-week path to get you going.
So here it is, your 4 to 6 week plan. It's simple, but it's incredibly effective. In weeks 1 and 2, just focus on Python basics. Get comfortable with variables, loops, functions, the fundamentals. Then in weeks 3 and 4, switch over to SQL. Build a simple database and just practice writing queries. And then the final 2 weeks, weeks 5 and 6, you bring it all together. Build a small, fun project that uses Python to pull data from your SQL database and then analyze the results. That's it.
And the best part is, you don't have to go at this alone. There are so many incredible learning resources out there, and a ton of them are completely free. For Python, the course from the University of Helsinki is legendary for being one of the best for beginners. And for SQL, something like DataCamp is awesome because it's interactive. You get to write real queries right in your browser. These are all fantastic starting points for your journey.
So when you really look at it, the path to landing that top tech job is a lot clearer than you might think. It all starts with mastering these 2 incredibly powerful tools. You've got the roadmap now, and you know where to find the resources. So the only real question left is, what data story are you going to tell first?